Hi guys, Ellie Duzette here, and today is day 4 of this Eclipse portal of April 2023. We're in the middle of a 2-week period sandwiched by 2 different eclipses, and during this time, everyone in the whole world is receiving tons of spiritual information, and we get to choose what to do with it. Everyone deals with this every time there's an eclipse portal, and the only difference between now and all the rest of the eclipse portals you've seen in your life, about 2 or 3 per year since you were born, is that this time you know about it, and I'm here to help you get the most out of it. So today we are working on boundary energies because a major theme of the next 18 months is going to be boundaries. Society has tolerated a lot. I mean, in general, for a society to function, every person involved in the society has to tolerate the other people in the society. And that is the price that we pay for a diverse society. It's true in any society, but the more different people are in a society, the more tolerance is necessary. You know, if you just, let's put on our thinking caps, right? If every single person in a society looks the same, has the same religion, has the same general feelings about stuff in life, they have basically the same worldview, you're going to need a lot less tolerance to handle everybody around you. But when you start adding in diversity of any kind, diversity of looks, but especially diversity of behavior and diversity of opinion, diversity of, politics and everything else. I mean, diversity, it's got a lot of pros, obviously, in the sense that we need diversity in order to grow and stuff like that, but also it requires more tolerance. Everybody involved has to be okay with the level of diversity that there is. You have to be okay with people that disagree with you and that do things that might distress you or disturb you. Emotionally, sometimes physically, tolerance is the price that we pay to have any society function, but we have to pay a higher price. We have to have more tolerance the more diverse a society is. And again, I'm not talking about skin color, but just like mental diversity, emotional diversity, all the different kinds of diversity that there can be. The more that there is of that, the more tolerant everybody has to be in order to keep things peaceful and safe. And we have seen that. We live, I'm in America, of course, and I say that because I have an American accent. There you go. But anyway, I live in a pretty safe place in society, but I am wondering if over the next 18 months, we're going to see some tolerance fray at the edges. And I'm guessing that we're going to see more and more people say, you know what, I'm sick of tolerating people that hate me. And I think we're going to see this from a lot of different sectors of society, because there is a lot of negative energy going in basically every direction from one group to another group, whatever groups those are. I mean, you can put on your own thinking cap and think of several groups that do not like each other. And I don't know, we're going to see for ourselves what this looks like. Where has our tolerance actually turned into people stepping on other people's boundaries? Where have we tried so hard to tolerate other people's demands that it's actually led to people having to ignore their own boundaries, and I think we're going to see where people say, I'm done with that. I'm sick of, giving up my own boundaries in favor of other people's opinions, So we'll just have to see how that turns out. So today we're going to talk about what boundaries are. And this is an excerpt from my book on boundaries, which is on Amazon. It's called 30 Days of Belief Work Boundaries. And it's optional, of course, but if you want to work through it, it will be very helpful as you figure out how to establish boundaries in your own life. Boundaries are the invisible energetic lines that separate us from one another. They separate your emotions from my emotions and your responsibilities from everyone else's responsibilities. Your physical house has physical boundaries. When it comes to your home, your neighbors aren't allowed to enter into it without your permission. When it comes to your energy field, your neighbors theoretically aren't allowed to enter without your permission, but in actual practice, many people allow those around them all over their energy field. That's, side note, that's what it is to be an empath when you have no boundaries and other people's energies are just ramshackle, going wild in your energy field. If you ever feel like a doormat saying yes when you wish you could say no, you may have a boundaries problem. If you find yourself wishing you could change those around you, that is a boundaries problem. If you find yourself blaming those around you for your emotions or holding yourself responsible for other people's emotions, that is a boundaries problem. These are big lessons for the next 18 months. Where does your stewardship end and the stewardship of others begin? How much of other people's emotions are you responsible for? Can you hold space for others who do not honor your boundaries? Do you even know your boundaries? This is going to be big. The next 18 months, we are all going to see, where do we draw the line? Where do you draw the line in your life around all sorts of things? You will see for yourself, it will be in every imaginable context. One context I'm thinking of as I'm making this video is making my kids clean their rooms. I don't know, my parents were like, clean your room. And I was not great at keeping my room clean as a kid, and I'm not spectacular at it as an adult. And I try to encourage my kids to keep their rooms clean, but where does my stewardship over my house end and their stewardship over their belongings begin? And we're going to see a lot of questions like that. We'll have a lot of boundary lessons to learn in all sorts of arenas over the next 18 months, and especially in this 2-week period that we're going through right this minute. Boundaries are lines. Boundaries are not, if you do X, then I do Y. I know a lot of people say, this is how to set the perfect boundary. You go to someone and you're like, if you do this mean thing, then I'm going to do this other thing. And I don't love that, to be honest. I have a lot of thoughts about that, but today is not the day for that. But I'm speaking just in literal terms. A boundary is just a line. That's what it means. What is a boundary? It's a line. Where do you draw the line? What are you responsible for, and what are you not responsible for? Today, let us tap. Take out your fingers and tap on your forehead or your collarbone, and you're going to say with me. We're just going to tap, tap, tap on our collarbone. I am open to divine direction and information on boundaries today. I am choosing openness to new insights on my own stewardship today. I am more and more easily able to see where my stewardship starts and where others' stewardship begins. I know what I am responsible for and what I am not responsible for. Put your hands on your heart and breathe it in. You can pause this page and do these tapping scripts a few times each, and that will be very helpful to you, I think. You don't have to have all the answers today. We are going to learn the answers over the next 18 months. We are going to figure out for ourselves, where is the line in every aspect of our lives. But today we're just choosing to be open. We're just choosing to be able to see the lines more easily. We're going to be open to divine direction on where our boundaries are and where they should be. What is the difference between where they are and where they should be? How do we get them to be where they should be? How do we recognize what we are responsible for and what we are not responsible for? So thank you so much for being here today. We have more work to do on this tomorrow. Come hang out every day during this Eclipse portal if you want to. And you can always go back and do the old ones. And I have previous Eclipse portal series that I've done that I recommend. So you can go through those now, and that will also be helpful to you as you go through this Eclipse portal. Come hang out with me on Facebook at Intuitive Healing with Ali Duzette, and don't forget to like and subscribe. This is a picture of my book on boundaries. It's on Amazon, and it's totally optional. But if you want some extra oomph as you go through this Eclipse portal, I'm going to recommend that book to you. And thank you so much for being here. Every time that you work on yourself, you are making the world a better place. When you heal you, you are helping to heal your children, your parents, everybody around you. You healing yourself gives permission to everyone else around you to heal too. So thank you for spending just a few minutes with me today. I adore you. I can't wait to hang out with you tomorrow. So thank you so much. We'll see you later.